Welcome, everyone. This is Acid Roots. We're going to talk about Marilyn Manson and his 2009 project. So, this is the high end of low, and really, this is the second Marilyn Manson album I've listened to. Really, this is yet another one, but the biggest question mark I have is just wondering if people are going to say, from the first album that I heard, if his better stuff is prior to 2007 or after 2007. Now, obviously, any person can do that. You can take his 2003 album, say the same thing. Point is, he has probably over 6 or 8 albums, and I am thinking, going further forward, I want to make sure that he hasn't lost his touch. So this is going to prove to be interesting, and I can say with this high end of low CD, I think that this one, I pretty much, even though I gave Eat Me, Drink Me a 10, I am thinking that this one has the same, it has a different flash and style to it. Well, not style, that's not the right word, but it has a different kind of shade to it, but it's just as good, which is something that I'm proud of. Really recollecting the history with Marilyn Manson. It's pretty exciting listening to these projects because I realize that once a person's discography gets up there, it's very exciting because you can almost take it as a given that they're going to continue. So we're 2 for 2 right now. This may not get a 10, but it's pretty damn near close to it. So this is something. Plus, there's a lot of songs I like on the project and can see myself listening to quite often. This is something to pay attention to. This is not contemporary. It doesn't feel as if it's more lighthearted. I'm trying to think of when I've heard a Marilyn Manson song on the radio. This is kind of disorienting thinking about that. But I like the idea. He has some songs on here that feel like we were aiming for airplay, and I like his twist on these sorts of songs, mainly because I know that he's different from your average mainstream rock artist. So this is fun. Now, obviously, I'm going to leave the project to you guys so you can listen to it and decide how much it's relatable. But I know from first glance, at least, that I like what I'm hearing. Now, so the songs that are produced well, he starts off really good with Devour. I liked Four Rusted Horses. And then there's kind of some sounding songs on here that are not necessarily just rock, but they have kind of like a different feel. Goddamn Motherfucking Geddon, and I'd say the song number 9, Wow, White Spider. These are some great ones. Unkillable Monsters, another one. These are some of the better produced ones, but I know I'm sounding like I'm talking at it from a rap angle, but it's exciting listening to this. The unheard songs, which are songs that you may not have heard but should probably give a shot. Out of 15 songs on this project, I like 9 of them. So that's good. But like I said, Eat Me, Drink Me, 2007, to me, that was a better one, but it's also been a little bit since I've listened to it. So there was a song I was on the fence about, but alright, I'm going to list the songs. Devour, Four Rusted Horses, Goddamn Motherfucking Geddon, Blank and White, Wow, White Spider, Unkillable Monster, We're From America, and I Have to Look Up Just to See Hell. Now, these These are really slick. The song I was on the fence about was Leave a Scar, which would be 10 out of 15. This is 2/3. So, yeah, I'm thinking that this was pretty excessive. The songs I mentioned that had the good produced ones are some great ones. Now, a couple other ones, I felt like Running to the Edge of the World and Into the Fire. Those were some ones that had a different, more, they seemed not as manic. And, but I do not know the singles on this project. But I am thinking, he did release them. I think there were 2 of them. And they may not necessarily be the indication of the best songs. So know that this is a project that you want to listen to. Yeah, some of the ones I liked the best. I liked White Spider, Unkillable Monster, Four Rusted Horses, Devour. I liked most of the project, and I think as it continues to grow on me, this could become permanent, which is good. This is something. So I'm gonna give this album, I'm thinking, out of 10 out of 15, I'm gonna give it a 9. That's gonna get a 9. I know 2/3 should get a 6, but because this many songs were good, really it just leaves a couple left. Obviously if it would have been 12 out of 15, I'd give it a 10. So, but what was I gonna say? The Future, Marilyn Manson dropped an album in 2015, and there's also other albums out there, so I'm gonna get to that. The Social Score, which is how well I think it plays around groups. That was kind of a question, but I'm thinking, I listened to this a couple days ago and I just came back to it again. So I probably should have listened to the whole project over so I could do it. But what I'm thinking is it's a project that, I'll figure out how to sum this up. Like I said, it's kind of different from radio, so that's something. But he has appeal to him, so that's the one thing I liked. I liked hearing these, and I can't think of many artists that are similar to him. I was gonna review Alice Cooper, and I'm thinking about reviewing that, but we'll get to it. And so I'm gonna say it's probably, I'll give it a 9. I'm just gonna say it's a 9, just because, just out of the charm of his character. So that'll be what it is. Now, obviously, there were singles which should boost it, but it just depends upon where you stand with your opinions on him. Now, obviously, what I'm aiming to do is change your opinion depending upon where you like this said person. So I know, because yeah. So give this album a shot. It came out almost 10 years ago, and it's definitely still good for spins today. It's something that I'm glad I stumbled upon. But alright, can it be topped? I think the answer is pretty much no, but still it wouldn't be a negative for that to happen. So 10 out of 15. It's good. This album gets a 9 and a 9 social.